Good afternoon, residents of Salmon Arm. We are out on the foreshore. Many of you know this area. We have our hard hats on and our safety vests. Because of the project that's happening, this is a construction zone. So presently the Foreshore Trail is closed. We want to share with you some of the reasons that it's closed and what we're doing out here. So this is the sewage line and we are doing some work on it. Can you tell us, Gerry, who is manager of utilities, water and sewer in the city, can you tell us why the sewer line is here on the foreshore?
Well, it was probably a pretty cheap alternative running it through the mud flats, but it was installed in 1976 with the conjunction of the building of the sewage treatment plant. It was to provide storage for flow equalization. It was to provide for urban sprawl so the lines could tie into here, and it was also partially installed to allow for canoe to pump around the force main and discharge into then by Raven.
And my understanding is basically all of the sewage from the city of Salmon Arm runs through these pipes to get to the sewage treatment plant.
That's correct, yes. During high flows, we have to maintain a set level or set flow to our sewer plant. It's a biological plant. We can't have our flow fluctuate from 20 liters per second up to 300. We have to maintain it as level as we can, 50 to 60 liters per second. Otherwise, the biological process is unhappy.
I see. So we all contribute to what goes in this pipe.
We do, everybody's.
Okay, and it's interesting though how you explain that. We have to make sure the same amount of sewage goes into the plant at all times, even though during the night there's very little that comes out of houses, and in the morning and lunch there's lots. So how do we do that? How do we make sure it's even flow?
So we have it programmed so it pumps out during the middle of the night to 6 a.m. in the morning. The flows on cities are diurnal, so you get larger flow in the morning and a larger flow at dinner time from 5 till 9 o'clock at night. So we have the line emptied out first thing in the morning, and then the storage part comes into effect more around 5 or 6 in the evening when our flows are picking up. And then we catch up the next night and have it all pumped out again.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to turn to Rob Niewenhuizen, who's the Director of Engineering and Public Works. Can you just talk a little bit about this project in particular, Rob?
Certainly, Alan. So this project in itself is a two-phase project. The first phase was completed in 2017, and it was about 1.8 kilometers from Raven to just before Christmas Island. And we use trenchless technology, which is cured in place pipe, which is essentially a fiberglass sock that gets inserted into the pipe, and they inject either hot air or hot water to expand it within the pipe diameter, and it basically forms a pipe within a pipe. And so there's no excavation required. There might be some around the manholes, but really it's a trenchless technology, and it really is environmentally friendly. And speaking of the environment, we're currently standing on swamp mats, they're called, and this is also to protect the environment for the traffic of all the equipment that's running back and forth between these projects. And we are adhering to all of the environmental regulations, the Fisheries Act, etc. And we also have a qualified professional, environmental professional on site to monitor all the activities. The second phase, which we're currently doing right now, phase 2 of this project, is about 755 meters, somewhere in there. And the project was awarded to Michaels Canada, which is a construction company, for $1.4 million. And it will basically connect to where we left off, just in front of Christmas Island, to the north of Christmas Island, and basically bring us to this point here, which is, again, 770 meters.
Yeah, so we're coating the inside of that pipe, and I know, Gerry, we had a leak some time ago, and that's one of the reasons we're doing this. Can you talk a little bit about that piece? It's so interesting.
Sure. So the concept of a storage line is great and dandy if you have the right material. But as the sludge settles out, anaerobic digestion occurs and it releases hydrogen sulfide. So the line is full of hydrogen sulfide. We have vents throughout all the manholes, as I'm sure people walking on the Foreshore Trail know. But that hydrogen sulfide reacts with condensation on the pipes and forms sulfuric acid. So as that hydrogen sulfide is displaced up the line with the liquid rising, the corrosion that occurred at the top end of this line when we had 2.5 feet of the lake on top of it caused breach. So once we repaired that within like 4 or 5 days, and the lake level dropped, we prioritized taking some samples along this to determine the strength and condition of the pipe. And as mentioned, the top end was in really rough shape. The area here is very hard for our crews to get at. We can inspect the manholes, but we can't get equipment out here. Like I said, it was probably installed because of the financial benefits. But basically, the liner is resistant to hydrogen sulfide and sulfuric acid, so we should be good for 50 to 70 years.
Okay, well that's good news. Is there anything else you guys want to share about this project?
Well, we've been dealing with this for a long time. The breach happened in 2012, and it's 2025 right now, so it's been a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of design and effort going into this project. So this particular project does not have a grant associated with it. We did get a grant for phase 1, and that project was 1.8 million. So,
well, there's nothing more important in the city that we do than sewer and water. So thank you very much, you guys, for sharing.
Thank you.